to make it. And let's just go ahead and jump on in because we kind of all know each other. And I kind of just did an intro. So yeah, let's jump on in. I have a topic that I wanted to kick off that I think that a couple of you will have some good perspective and some feedback, and then this might be helpful for others, but let's kind of talk some numbers. You know, I was talking with the owner of an appliance repair group, actually your partner, Bobby. I was talking to Howie, and we were talking about numbers. You know, like we've talked about this before, where it's really helpful to know your numbers, whether we're talking about looking at a profit and loss statement to make sure that we know where the business is at health-wise, or whether we're talking about like lead costs for different appliance types, or if we're talking about which appliance types are more profitable for actually doing the repairs. So, for example, we were talking about how dryers were, at least for Capitan appliance, dryers are the #1 appliance type. And Bobby, if you are seeing something different in St. Charles, please chime in. But Howie was talking about how dryers are his #1 appliance type for first-time completes. And your ranges and your ovens were right there at #2. And with refrigerators, while they weren't so much on the first-time complete status, they were still much more profitable of an appliance type to repair. And you know, this was coming out of a conversation of trying to identify like where to focus advertising efforts, because obviously, you know, kind of it's a no-brainer that you'd want to prioritize advertising for appliance types that are going to be more profitable or drive more revenue to the business, as long as the cost per lead on that appliance type makes sense. So yeah, there's a little bit of context, you know, let me back up a little bit if anybody has any comments or thoughts or questions on this overall topic. I mean, Rochelle, what would you say are your more profitable appliance types, whether it has to do with first-time complete or just like it being a more highly profitable appliance type overall? What are they for you in your business? You are muted right now, Rochelle.
All right, can you mute this? Because I can hear something in the background. Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
We are all muted except for you now. All right, it looks like Rochelle might be having some technical difficulties. Bobby, do you agree with what I was chatting with Howie about? Are those the appliance types that you find down in St. Charles as first-time completes and overall profitability?
Well, in different locations, it really isn't going to matter. The appliance itself, your dryer is going to be your most simplistic appliance to work on. I mean, its functionality is limited. You know, it's a dryer. So, and what actually fails in the dryer and what is common rate is easy and affordable to stock and truck. So, dryers do have the highest first-time completion just because of their their design. Now, when we start getting into refrigeration and the price of ice makers and water valves and defrost sensors, circulation fans and temperature sensors, it's a little bit more vast. Or if we go into sealed system and start talking about compressors, wash machines can be a little bit on the drier side. You know, they are pretty much easy to get first time completes as long as you carry a good enough stock with it. But yeah, dryers will always have the highest completion rate, first time, day one, just because of its simplicity.
Hey, Laurent, I'm curious. How does that compare to televisions? Because I know that you do TV repairs also. Are you usually getting first time completes on those, or are you needing to come back after you get parts? What's that look like?
About the only parts I keep on hand is like capacitors, resistors, transistors. Other than that, I have to order. Usually I can get it in 2 days though. Uh, so, and I get 20% off from where I order all my parts from.
Do you find televisions to be more profitable, less profitable, or like on the same level as your household appliances?
Oh, it's less profitable. It's just according on what size. I repaired a 70-inch Vizio, 50 cent worth of parts, and I made, I would say, $250, and it didn't take me but 15 minutes.
It's a pretty good
But
margin.
that's not always the case, not all the time.
Cool, cool, cool. How about, so hey, Jeffrey, we were talking about like different appliance types and calling out different appliance types that are more common for first time completes. Like for example, dryers, ranges and ovens. And Bobby was talking about how it depends on the area, and for him, washing machines also are up there on first time completes. While there are other appliance types that, it's not as common to have a first time complete, but it is a bigger revenue or profit generator like refrigeration. I mean, what are Jeffrey or sorry, my notes, Greg, I mean, are you guys experiencing something similar? Or is it a little different in your area? What do things look like in terms of like your first time completes or your really big profit margin appliance types?
Hey, how's everybody doing? Good evening. To answer your question, can y'all hear me? Yeah, to answer your question, I would definitely say washers. Just this past week, I had 2 first-time completions. One with a lid switch. Wasn't even like, it was kind of coming apart, so I put a little zip tie around it, put screws back in. Strike was able to hit it, so the machine would spin and agitate. First time complete. I had another one where sometimes you get a call because it won't drain. It's clogged up. Take the tube off the bottom of the motor, boom it. Like definitely washing machines. For me personally, washing machines. Dryers, I haven't gotten too many dryers. Probably working like 2 my whole career so far, but I know washer, that's a big one. Refrigeration, that's a huge one. The no cooler, that's a major problem. That's almost never a first time complete for me. I almost have to always go back. I would say to answer your question, though, definitely top loads.
Cool, cool. Anything you want to chime in on with this one, Greg? All right. So Chris Thomas, welcome to the call. Do you mind unmuting yourself and introducing yourself to the group?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, my name is Chris Thomas. I'm in New York right now. I started appliance repair about maybe going on 2 months ago, and I've had a total of at least 4 jobs. I've done a Viking stove, a Viking refrigerator, a Sub-Zero refrigerator, and most recently, well, I had another job, but that was given to someone else. It was a technical difficulty, something with a customer, but I'm working with appliance, American Home Shield. So I've gotten a couple jobs from them, and I'm looking to I actually have one of my current customers who I finished up with that turned into a COD because he has, I think, a total of 4 or 5 appliances that he needs to be repaired, and he chose to go with me for me to do it on COD. So today I kind of spent my evening kind of getting the pricing together so I can give him an invoice, give him an idea of what the total cost would be to repair all of those appliances, and you know, probably get half up front and go ahead and try to get those appliances repaired. But currently, I'm literally, while I'm listening to this, I'm looking at parts so that I can make sure I get everything right and you know, give them a good quote.
Awesome. And Chris, what's the name of your business?
It's Gaines Appliance Repair and Maintenance, LLC.
Nice. Well, welcome to the call. Yeah, maybe I'll open it up. So Chris and Kenny, you guys are, I know that you guys are both newer in the business and newer to these calls. Do you guys have any, or anybody else also, does anybody have any questions that, you know, that might be, that somebody a little bit more experienced might be able to answer? Bobby, how many years have you been in the industry? I know it's double digits.
You guys are breaking up really bad. It's hard for me to hear you. What was that again?
Oh, I was just asking how many years you've been in the industry.
I've been doing repairs since '95. I've been doing appliance repairs since about 2003, 2004.
Yeah. Yeah. So if Bobby's reception is going to hold, because he's driving right now, any questions that you guys that are a little bit newer, you might think that somebody that's a veteran would have the answers to, please go ahead and unmute yourself and let's throw it out there, and hopefully his reception sticks. Otherwise I'll pivot.
Hey, I got it. Yeah, can y'all hear me? I got a question. I want to know what's the best way to transition from warranty to cash calls? You know, kind of get off that warranty, those training wheels. How can it's the best way to transition into that? 2 weeks ago, Alex, you gave me a good tip on optimization through the Google My Business. But how can one really transition into that field, into that market, especially the customers who may not know you for doing anything?
I'm going to jump in and give a couple tips from the marketing perspective. I didn't do the intros around, but I'm a marketer that works with appliance repair companies. So you already have number one down, which is creating your Google My Business listing, verifying it, and making sure that you fill that out as complete as you can. Adding as many photos as you can, adding a good business description in there, all the hours, all that kind of stuff. So every option that you have in your Google My Business listing, fill that out. You know, we call that optimizing your listing. And then what that's going to do is that's going to allow you to ask, whether it's, even if it's a warranty call, you can still ask your happy customers to leave an honest review for you. And it would be good to be equipped so that you can make it very easy for them to do that. When you're in your Google My Business listings back end, you can create a small short link that is like google.com/ and then you can put your business name or whatnot. And so you have a happy customer, and there are approaches. I know that some businesses offer a discount. That would be a little different with a warranty, but let's just say it is a COD. You know, you can always offer an incentive for leaving that honest review, or just, you know, if they're happy and you're asking them for an honest review, it's very likely that they will. And you can give them that quick link where they can just hit it on their phone. You can text it to them. You can put that into any kind of follow-up messaging that you have for them. So they just click it and they leave a review. So that's number one, is your Google My Business listing. Number two is a website. And you can build a website yourself. You can hire a professional to build a website for you. But the main thing that you want to make sure with that website is that first of all, the business information that you have on that website, it needs to match what's on the Google My Business listing. And your Google My Business listing needs to point to that website. Now, the third thing, and this is what's really going to help bring in those COD leads, is advertising, is paid online advertising with Google Ads. And by doing that, you're able to put yourself right in front of the people that are looking for the services that you offer. So with a platform like Google Ads, you can set up your targeting so that if somebody types into Google Sub-Zero refrigerator repair in New York City, or one of their particular borough within, or wherever your location is, you're matching their search to your ad. Because the thing that's nice about this is that they are looking for what you offer. And then also, Bobby, if you have the reception, maybe you could share a little bit about advertising on Facebook and any other feedback that you might have for helping newer techs transition from warranty work to COD customers.
Yeah, can you guys hear me okay now? Oh, awesome. All right, so I was hearing some of those questions, and I was really wanting to jump in on them, but I was trying to wait there. As far as that Google My Business, I agree 100%. That is so strong as far as getting away from the warranty working, moving towards your own COD work. Every single one of those customers that puts a review down, whether or not they do warranty work for Samsung, Whirlpool, GE, whatever, that Google My Business goes down for your company, not for GE, not for Whirlpool. That experience was with you as a customer. That review reflects how that customer saw your business and how you were interaction in their home. And those reviews accumulate, and that's how the population and the public sees your company before you get to their home. So yeah, I mean, that's 100% strong. When you look up a company, the first thing you look at, when you're on Google is, what are they rated? What was their experiences with other customers in their home? Did they have something similar to the problem that I had? So those keywords on that Google, on time, punctual, knowledgeable, all those keyword searches really make an addition when it starts showing up as multiples. So Sub-Zero or refrigeration or dryer repair, those keyword searches on that Google My Business really help you out. As far as the Facebook goes, yeah, definitely with the Facebook, the key to the Facebook ads is do not be cheap on the Facebook expending. So if you just do like $100 versus you do, $300, and the difference of you doing it for just a week or you doing it for a month, you got to share those in different groups. So find, the places where people would be looking to try to get a good deal on their dryer versus getting their dryer fixed. So the buy, sell, trade, groups in your area that have 20 to 50,000 people, share your promoted ad, on there that sources back to your Facebook page. That way you get to build a social platform. At the same time, you're getting 20 and 30 and 40,000 exposures per ad.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, the fastest way to make more money through COD, it's like that saying, you need to spend money to make money. And that can also apply to doing the stuff yourself. There are some people that are very much on the DIY mindset, So it's investing the time to learn how to put a website together, how to put some Google Ads campaigns together, how to put your Facebook advertising together. You're still spending money in the sense that you're setting aside time to learn those platforms that is taking away from your ability to run service calls and perform repairs. Or if you're hiring a professional to take care of those things, you're literally spending money to therefore make money on the returns that those different advertising avenues bring out. But yeah, you know, I think that probably one of the best things that can be done right now for somebody that, Bobby, I'm going to go ahead and mute you. For those that are running warranty work is get your Google My Business listing up and ask for those warranty customers to leave a review, you know, because they're already doing those repairs. And yeah, that's kind of all that I have. But anybody else? I know a couple of people jumped in. So the question that Jeffrey asked was, you know, what are some of the best ways or tips to help transition from servicing primarily warranty customers to COD customers? Anybody else want to chime in on that topic? Just feel free to unmute yourself and jump on in if you had something to say.
I had a question about what he was saying, warranty work. Are you doing warranty work directly with the manufacturers, or are you doing third-party warranty work where you're getting sources from like American Home Shield or Warrantech or NEW?
Yeah, I get a lot of warranty work from like Home Shield, Amazon, Cinch, Select, you know, all the heavy hitters that everybody is mostly familiar with. Not so much specific brands.
So a lot of those are going to be, you're going to be stuck in rates with those type of warranty companies, you know, where they're going to give you $85 to do the call, whether or not you made one trip or you made 5 trips, right? So a lot of that's going to be based on, you know, you want to get away from that. But if that's all you got, I mean, if you're a one-man show, I mean, how many calls are you going to run a week? You know, 40 or 100. That's really going to be the determination of it. So you're limited in the volume of calls. So you want to maximize the quality of the calls, correct?
Absolutely.
Right. So that's where you want to get your PPC up, your profit per call. And yeah, you're exactly right. Going into COD is going to be exactly where that is. I myself, I refuse to do warranty work. I would rather do 4 calls a day and make $200 per call than have to do, you know, 10 to 8 calls a day and only make, you know, half that doing, you know, warranty work.
And not only that, you know, the warranty work is not guaranteed. If my whole thing is I don't want to be dependent on them, so I want to transition into
I do a job. I want to get paid today, you know?
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Warranty, you got the net 30 pay. It's a mess. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, throw money in your advertising. So, I mean, when you're first starting off, your advertisement is going to be heavier. You have to get your name out there. You have to get your Google My Business out there. Once you start getting a social platform established and you get, you know, the trick to that Google My Business is get one customer a day. That's your goal as a company. You want one customer a day that was really happy with you. You know, it was a smooth transition. It was an easy fix. Everything went great with it. And ask that customer for a review. Even offer that customer 10 to 20 bucks off their repair to give you that review. Because that is going to, in the long run, win. If you can do 1 5-star review a day, just one, at the end of 30 days, when you're sitting on 35 stars and no 1 stars, you look great. 90 days, 6 months, 1 year. You know, I mean, it all adds up. Capitan Appliance now has 3 locations and 3 Google My Businesses. And every single one of our Google My Businesses are a perfect 5.0. And we have over 200 something reviews in total. And to get those inside that 1 year, I mean, we're climbing up through the ranks, you know, very fast. And a lot of our distributors, you know, are pretty impressed with us. But we have that is our standard. Find that one customer a day, and ask them. Even give them a discount. Who cares if you lose $10? If you got a 5-star review out of it, is it not worth it?
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, so your customers will be more likely to return the favor to give you a help if you give them a help. Give them a discount. Throw a coupon on there. Tell them they're the 12th customer of the day. Whatever the customer likes.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that.
And there's two primary reasons why getting reviews on your Google My Business is really important. Number one is pretty much a no-brainer. It's that when somebody looks up your business, when they're looking at your Google My Business review, they're able to see what people's experiences are. But number two is that that's one of the ranking factors that Google looks at when they're determining which Google My Business listing is going to show up on the search results. So when somebody searches for a service that you offer, so like an appliance type repair, and you look at that search results page, first you have your Google guaranteed ads for if they're running the Google local service ads in your area. And then you have the business controlled Google ads. And then below that, you have the map listings. And then below that, you have your organic website listings. So to show up in the map listings, one of the things that Google looks at is, first, have you optimized your listing, like I was talking about earlier? And second, they want to look at the frequency of how often reviews are being made. Google doesn't care so much whether they're all 5-star reviews. They care about what we call review velocity, which is what he didn't realize it, but Bobby was talking about driving review velocity by trying to get 1 review a day. So that's something that Google is going to reward you with by making it more likely to show up at the top of the listings. Since I'm talking about it, one of the other ranking factors to get your Google My Business listing to show up in that map pack is something called citations. So a citation is when your business name, address, and phone number, and any other information that a business directory website allows you to post, that you have it listed amongst many different business directory websites. So a business directory website is yellowpages.com, yelp.com, Facebook. There's hundreds of ones that you haven't even heard of. If you're hiring a marketing professional, that's part of what their sort of SEO service for ranking your Google My Business will include, if they know what they're doing. If you're doing it yourself, find all the business directory websites out there, find the ones that are going to allow you to list for free first, fill out the information. You create an account. You have to verify it. It takes time. It's easy work, but it just takes time. But that is one of the other things that Google is going to take into consideration when they're trying to figure out who they're going to be putting up in that map listing. And earlier I had mentioned how the name, address, and phone number that you have on your Google My Business listing needs to be the exact same as what you have listed on your website. Same goes for all those business directory listings, because that's how Google identifies that it's the same business. I'm talking the same capitalization, the same punctuation, everything. If you're like at 123 Street Suite A, and that's a capitalized A on your Google My Business listing, make sure it's a capitalized A on everywhere else that you list it.
Wow.
And then also going back to ways to transition your warranty customers to COD customers is make sure that you get their information down and ask them if you can follow up with them in the future. Hey, can I follow up with you in a couple months or, half a year to find out, if all of your appliances are running well, and follow up with them, just hit them up directly. You know, who knows? Maybe their warranty service is expired at that point. When you do follow up with them, make sure that they don't think that this is going to fall under the warranty, but still give yourself the opportunity or ask their permission to follow up with them at a later time to make sure that, you know, that everything's working well with all their appliances. And that can be a way to just, you know, turn them into a COD customer just because you provide better customer service than the warranty company or whatever it is. So at least it gives you the opportunity to have that conversation.
Mm-hmm. I got another quick question. I don't know how anybody would be able to compute this, but how could we tell, is there more work COD? Like, do more homeowners have home warranty protection plans? Or like, what are the numbers with that versus people who do versus people who don't? What's the volume in terms of, are you guaranteed more work dealing with warranty companies, or is it more volume with COD? Or does that go back to what Bobby was saying? It doesn't even matter if you price right. You know, 5 warranty calls will be the same as 1 or 2 COD calls that are priced the right way.
No, I mean, if somebody knows, jump on in. I don't know, but definitely when thinking that way, you need to value your COD customers higher, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you that there's, from my experience being an advertiser and advertising for appliance repair companies, primarily on Google Ads, like there's no shortage, man. You know, for the most part, they're usually asking us to slow down the advertising, or, you know, they're booking out 3-4 weeks in advance. So they're, you know, most of the leads are going elsewhere just because they can't get the repair in time because there's so much demand.
Okay. Wow.
When I think about that question, it kind of makes me wonder, like, I'm kind of thinking about how many people do I know in my circle, like people that I hang out with and stuff, that have a house. How many of them have a warranty? I think warranty companies, it's a more secure way to get work, just kind of have work handed to you. But I think there's a lot of people that are looking for COD work as well.
Yeah. By the way, welcome, Angel. Do you mind? We have a couple of people that joined in. Angel, you want to kick it off and just introduce yourself to the group, your business, where you're at, you know, anything you want, whatever you're.
My name is Angel. I just moved to Las Vegas. I'm kind of starting fresh here. I've been here for 3 weeks already. Moved from California. Used to service the Orange County area. Out there, the name of my company was Appliance Industries. Now I'm changing it over to Appliance Brothers. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool, thank you. Cynthia, welcome. Do you mind unmuting yourself and introducing yourself to the group? Right. Well, feel free to jump in. Perry, welcome. Oh, there you go, Cynthia. Yeah, how are you doing? Where are you coming from?
Yeah, Cynthia in Chicago. And everything is just brand new to me. I've been doing property rehab for the last 15 years. And right now I'm a HVAC service tech, but looking to get into the appliance repair.
Nice. Nice. Well, welcome. Perry, welcome to the call. Do you mind unmuting yourself and introducing yourself to the group?
Hello, can you hear me?
We sure can.
Yeah, my name is Perry. I'm new to this industry, still learning everything, and thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Are you a technician that, like, do you work for a company or do you have your own company?
I have my own company.
Great. Where is your company located? Do you guys specialize in anything?
I'm located in the South Florida region, and just I mean at this point just learning, getting out there and polishing up on my skills.
Great, great. And go ahead and plug your company name to the rest of us.
Oh, the name of my company is J&J Appliance Services.
Great. Well, welcome, welcome. Any of you newcomers, Cynthia, Perry, Angel, any of you guys have anything like exciting that's been going on? Any questions that you have that somebody else might be able to?
Yeah, I have a question. This goes to Angel since she's currently relocated. I'm thinking of relocating. Any pointers or advice, or even if anyone else can answer that question as well, about relocating from one state to another?
Well, the only thing that I thought about before just jumping over here to Vegas was I wanted to make sure I had at least a couple calls a day to run, just to be able to get by. So once I started noticing that I didn't have to worry about exactly stressing about getting calls, and like simple things that helped me was Craigslist and Facebook. So Facebook ads is not too hard to do, and I tried it about a month ago. I set a budget. It was like $150 or something like that for the month. And then I think 3 meetings ago, one of the guys mentioned to try that in a week. So I did. And then once I did that budget in a week, I started getting quite a few messages. So that worked out. And but Craigslist works. It's just the customers from Craigslist, sometimes they're looking for a really good deal, but you'll get calls from Craigslist with a good ad. So my advice would be like just make sure that you can get a couple calls on your own, just in case what you have planned doesn't work out. You could fall back on something to get some calls.
Hey, Chris, can I ask you a question Angel, I'm sorry. With your Craigslist ads, how many are you posting like a week, or is it like once a day? And are you doing paid ads on Craigslist, or are you doing the free ones?
For Craigslist, I always do the paid ads. It's like $5 per ad. And I make an ad for washers and dryers. I make an ad for microwaves. I make an ad for refrigerators. I make an ad for each appliance. And then I make an ad for just appliances in general. So once I have that, I don't have to post another ad for another week or another 2 weeks. But they definitely pay for themselves. It's not really like you're just tossing money away.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Also, just a follow-up. So for the Craigslist, for the paid ad section, do you have to repost every day, or does it do it for you automatically?
You have there's for Craigslist, if you want to just repost an ad that already exists in there, it gives you an option to just click the repost button, and then you enter your card information. That's pretty much it. So you don't have to do the whole ad over, but you do have to repost it.
And that's daily you have to do it, or does it give you like, okay, guarantee for like a week that you don't have to repost? Like, I don't know, what's the frequency?
Oh, okay. The ad, it runs for 30 days. So once you post an ad, the ad will run for 30 days and then it'll expire.
Okay, but every day it kind of shows up again on the feed like brand new?
It doesn't know. It'll get buried in there, but depending on what your customers search for, if your ad is relevant, it'll pop up in the top. So it will get buried on. You will have all the newer ads that are coming out. You will get buried because of those. But if they're searching for something in particular and your ad is relevant to it, it'll pop up on the top, depending on how relevant it is to their search.
Okay, yeah, because I remember old school Craigslist, before they were charging, you would have to go in and repost it as the most current, you're the most recent. So you're always kind of like Google Ads where you kind of show up on the top always. But if you're getting buried, I mean, I guess $5 is not bad, you know?
No, and I like I said, I still get calls. Like even if I have an ad out for like 2 weeks, I'll still get a call, or I'll get some calls from it, like from that ad that's already like 2 weeks old. You can keep on reposting it to keep on showing up at the top, but I don't know. I feel like there's too many people that post on Craigslist. It's just not worth reposting. It's best to make a really good ad and just let it sit there.
Thanks.
Yep.
Angel, what would you say makes a really good Craigslist ad?
My next question.
So let me see. I'll see if I can kind of describe one of the ones that I have on there right now. I'm gonna have to look for it. Let me see. So okay, so on my ad, on my ads, the title, I always put exactly what the ad is in regards to. So like washer dryer, repair same day coupon. I write coupon in there because everybody always wants a deal, right? So if you put same day and then that's a coupon, they're kind of like, oh, you could get service same day, but only with the coupon. So it kind of automatically kind of like draws their attention. You want to have a lot of pictures. So I think on Craigslist is like 23 pictures it lets you upload. You don't have to put 23 pictures, but I would definitely put more than one or two. I usually put like 10 or 12. Also, like on the top of the ad, I put my phone number, and then the very bottom of the ad, I put my phone number. I write a description of all the appliances that I service, because if somebody is looking for example, like for a Sub-Zero repair, if you have Sub-Zero in the ad, it'll probably pop up one of the first ones on there if nobody else has a Sub-Zero in their ad. But if you have it on there, it'll probably pop up. So that, and also you want to mention that you carry parts in the truck. People want to have their appliance repaired the same day. They don't want to wait for parts. So I know it's impossible to have every single part, but you want to put a description in there that makes them feel confident that you'll be able to finish it the same day. So just like those little details help a lot.
I'm curious about the photos that you use. Are you just like throwing up pictures of appliances? Are you kind of trying to make it more personal and fun with you getting in there? What are those?
On the pictures, you know, if I had pictures of me getting in there, I would throw them in there, but I guess I've been kind of lazy and taking pictures of me fixing appliances and stuff. But right now, the only ads that I'm using, all the ads that I'm using, they're all Google pictures, like those professional looking pictures of a washer and dryer or refrigerator. There are some pictures that I have, like dirty condensers or dirty dryers. If it's an ad about a dryer, I'll throw an ad out with all the lint like kind of scattered around inside the dryer, and then the after picture. So there are a few before and after photos that I throw in there from pictures that I've taken.
Ron, did you have a question?
No, I just accidentally hit the button.
No worries. Cool. So I just wanted to chime in and point out a couple things that like the marketer's mind is picking up on what Angel was saying. So he's making sure that his advertising messaging is relevant through the headlines that he's using. He mentioned that he has one that's about appliance repair, but then he'll also put out those Craigslist ads that are for specific appliance types. So having that relevancy for to match with what they're searching for is something that's important. when you're doing advertising on any kind of platform. And then he knows his audience. And it's really important that you know your audience when you're advertising, and you can adjust how you're messaging and how you're communicating to what's important to that audience. So for example, we're talking Craigslist advertising. First thing he said is that most of the people that are on Craigslist are looking for a deal, or a little bit, maybe you could say they're a little cheaper, or a little bit more, or maybe a better way to say it is that they're a little bit more concerned about the cost. So he's putting in coupon in there to help make that messaging, again, relevant to his audience. And I had something else, but I forgot, but I just wanted to kind of chime in and add those insights. Anything else you guys wanted to cover? We're coming up on the top of the hour. And this is recorded. I will share the recording in Facebook, on the Facebook posts, in comments. I also keep all the recordings on YouTube, so you guys can always check back on any of the previous week's recordings. But anything else on anybody's mind they want to bring up in the last handful?
Yeah, Alex, you can also use I think it's called the Neighborhood app. There's an app called Neighborhood, and you can also put that down too. That's very helpful too.
Nice. What have you used it? How do you like to use it?
You just go on there and put your profile in, and anybody that has that app that may be looking for a different type of service, some kind of service, and you're in the area, within so many mile range, you can actually pop up. Your company will pop up. Nice.
I will point out that's another example of a business directory or a citation. You create a profile on this Neighborhood app, and you make sure that that information is the same as what's on your Google My Business listing. And there you go. You just did one more citation to help get your Google My Business listing to show up. So as you can see with online, it's all interconnected in terms of what you're doing. I'm gonna back myself up. I've got a request for a link to the YouTube channel that I put these recordings on. But yeah, anybody else I'm gonna pop my screen over. Anybody else have a question for somebody, or just want to share something that's a win or something like that?
I wanted to shout out Miss Ward. She recently did a YouTube video on her channel, Solid Steps to Wealth. If you guys don't know, it's a great channel. You guys should definitely tap in. It's a lot of games she's given. But she kind of told a story how she gives customers with refrigeration problems, she comes through with coolers as a courtesy for customers who have refrigerators that they're not cooling. So, she'll, as a courtesy, she'll bring the cooler through. You can store the food in there until she's able to make the repair or whatever. And I thought that was just a great gesture. Like that's like when you walk in the customer house, you put the little booties on your feet without them having to ask you. Like, these are little things that you can do to basically make a customer never forget you. And when she said that, I thought that was dope. So I just wanted to shout her out real quick.
I agree. Rochelle, tell us about that.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I offer clients. Like tomorrow, I have some LG compressors to do, 3 of them. And one thing I offer customers when I go in for service, because I'm focusing on refrigeration, is I offer coolers, and I keep a total of 6 coolers in my truck. And I'll go in with the coolers. I'll have Instacart deliver the ice from Publix, because I'm in Florida and Publix rules. But that's just a courtesy. Those are the details that, like I always tell guys, those are the things women think about. Because when we go into those environments, What the first thing people are concerned about is food spoiling, you know? And there are a lot of people, and then I also keep 2 small refrigerators because I might have an elderly customer that has medication that needs to be refrigerated while we're doing the repair. I mean, those are just the extra amount. Like prime example, I had a customer today. I looked at her LG yesterday, and she had talked it over with her mom, and they were going to go with another product. Asked me for a recommendation. I gave them a recommendation and a couple of links of refrigerators. They did research. The refrigerators won't fit, so they called me back and they want me to fix it. So the LG repair is going to be $950, and then they asked me about any other things, other mechanical issues. I told them the top 4 things that went wrong. So they said, why don't you take care of those while you're there so that we won't have the problem in the future. So that tacked another $500 on. So that total job is $1,450. You follow me? But I only deal with certain clientele because I'm very concerned about my ticket average. Like me, I never advertise at Craigslist simply because I don't want to deal with that clientele. That's how I move. But I'm bringing a level of service. There's a book called Book Yourself Solid, and it talks about honing in on the clients you want to deal with that respect and appreciate. And my reviews reflect that. I also give out you know how you go into Publix, so you go in the grocery store, they have those little old school round, what do they call them? Thermometers that you sit them in the fridge, the old school metal ones. I also give those to customers after the repairs because instead of them watching the digital dial, some people just like to see the old school round one. I mean, those things cost me $4. It's the little things. And then I have a lot of business through word of mouth.
No, that's great. You know, whatever you can do to make them remember you, whether it's providing excellent service or whether it's those value adds, like Rochelle was talking. That's good stuff. Cool. Well, we're coming up to the top of the hour, so we'll go ahead and wrap up for this week. Thank you all for attending. You know, these calls, the value of these calls really depend on who shows up and what you guys bring to the table. So I appreciate everyone's contributions. I'll be back here same time next week. I'll go ahead and post the recording to this call in the thread for each Facebook post, whichever Facebook group you guys might be in. And yeah, looking forward to having the chat again next Sunday.